what the hell is going on in your life that you need to listen to this drivel?
Well, that was going to be one of my questions. I mean, what has been your
I mean
interaction?
specifically you, Clark. What's going on in your life?
I mean, yeah, that is a fair question. I guess not much really. But
Carl,
do you have
Clark's
plans
quite
for
an expert on technology? Is there anything you want to ask him? To take this opportunity,
because I won't be
Think
able
of it
to
like
answer
a
it.
consultation. Ask him anything. What bothers you about the world?
Come on,
Carl?
shoot, Carl. Give
Right.
me something.
What do you know, like, there's loads of inventions all the time, aren't they? They're coming out all the time. They're always bringing stuff out.
Yep, fair enough.
Mainly stuff we don't need now, I'd say.
Well, that's your
since
opinion.
Since about I don't know, 1978. I'd
Brilliant.
say
Just
plucked
a figure
a
at random.
Plucked a year out of the air.
The mobile phone was voted by farmers around the world the most labour-saving device of the 20th century. That came after 1978. So once again, you've made a fool. I know you're going to say it's just a phone. They just tweaked it. Fundamentally different.
It's the same as the iPod being the new Walkman.
Right.
They keep sort of tweaking it, and it's annoying because to me it's kind of like, you know, someone jumping on the back of someone else's idea, right? So say like Mr. iPod, he's sort of jumped on the back of Mr. Walkman, and he's gone.
Now, a man jumping on the back of another man. I mean, it's
is that
incredible.
the actual image in your head, Carl, as you said that?
Well,
sort of,
yeah, I'm sort of
okay.
imagining a little salesman on a market doing well for himself, and then someone coming along, nicking the idea, setting up a stall right next to him and going, look at this, I'm doing better than you.
It's fundamentally different.
But what would you say has been the best invention?
Ever?
Well, before 1978, because everything after them it's just been toys. So just, you know, something that you go,
Amazing.
That's.
I mean, amazing. We've got DNA fingerprinting since 1978. We've mapped.
Yeah, but all these things are making other people lazy, aren't they? All these new inventions. Why do you need 10,000 songs on the go with you? Where are you walking? You know, it's a Walkman. If you go, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So what do you think is a good thing? What's come out there that you go, I couldn't do without that?
Well, you know, television's been okay.
Yeah, but don't you think it gets you down as well?
No.
The way that. Why?
Well, because I try not to watch anything that's going to get me down.
No, but sometimes you can't avoid it. It's like, you know, something bad happens in the world, and then you put the telly on. Now, years ago, cavemen weren't worrying about what was going on the other side of the world. They'd just get on with their own day, potter about. Now, you know, like within 5 minutes of something happening, we're all getting miserable because it's like, oh, have you heard the news? So
you're actually a Luddite then. I mean, here you've been doing this podcasting
you've made a
thing.
fatal error there, Clark.
I know. That's a big word.
Yeah.
What? In what way?
Let me ask you this, Carl.
What do you think? Can I just explain what a Luddite is to him, though, Carl?
I think,
please.
Is it like it's like a caveman, isn't it?
No, it was people that were protesting against the Industrial Revolution and went and smashed up machinery because they thought it was an evil that was going to ruin the world.
What was the machine they were smashing up?
I think it was something like
It's a giant robot that was going around killing it.
The giant robot that was killing all the dinosaurs. Yeah.
But go on. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just as we're wrapping up here, Carl. I have to admit that I was a little bit nervous about doing this interview with you. I'm a little bit nervous that this might end up as a diary entry. Is this interview been interesting enough to warrant a diary entry, or no?
Can I just answer that as well?
Sure.
He puts in things like saw a woman walking down the street, saw a fat bloke.
Well,
I think you're interesting enough to make it his diary. If you're not, you're in real trouble.
Well, that's why I'm hesitant to even ask the question. I would hate to not even make Carl's cut.
That would be devastating.
It is interesting, but not because of you, but just because of the way that I'm talking now.
Thank you.
Because I thought someone was going to be in this room chatting to us, and you're miles away. What time is it?
It's 11 o'clock in the morning here.
You see, there's the next invention then. Why is it 11 o'clock? Wouldn't the world run better if it's the same time everywhere?
No, the answer's no. The answer's definitely not.
But why? Because we'd all be on the same. We'd all have the same mood all the time.
Well, no,
we'd all
we've
get
got
up at
that.
the
We've
same
got
time.
Greenwich Mean Time if
No,
you
no,
want a
no.
reference point.
But everybody feels the same in the morning, don't they?
Oh, you're such an idiot.
Groggy
What's
or-
morning? What's morning?
But just listen to it.
Did you hear that groan there from Clark?
Are you guys-
He just felt like he wanted to give up living.
Are you guys?
Wow.
Is this started something? Are you guys going to keep on podcasting?
Yeah, I
You
love
think?
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until every person in the world knows who Carl Pilkington is.
But it's just another invention. If we brought it out on cassette, no one would want to know. That's what I mean. Blogging. You mentioned blogging, but I've got a diary. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's always the same.
Oh,
This link that we've got now, it's clearer, but it's a telephone. Everything's done. It's boring. Move on.
do you know what he said to me once, Clark? He said everything that's that ever will be invented has already been invented.
Right.
And I pointed out that people said that in 1900, and he said, "Well, what's happened since 1900?" I said, "Well, loads of stuff." He went, "Well, what's left to be invented?" I said, "A cure for cancer." He said, "People have to die, otherwise rent will keep going up." That's what he said. That's his conclusion.
Yeah, he is concerned with the population. I know that's been brought up numerous times in the podcast.
But it's just as well, if you live forever, how do you plan stuff? You just keep putting stuff off. Whereas if you know you've only got a set amount, then you go, right, what do I want to do? Let's get my diary out. There's no point having a diary if you're living forever, because you go, well, let's spread it out.
Well, I guess you can
I'll
stop
tell
keeping
you
your
what you could
diary.
try.
Then.
I'll tell you what you could try if you could live forever. To try and type the complete works of Shakespeare with the book in front of you. And I don't reckon you'd ever do it.
Well, we'll leave it there. Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington, thank you very, very much
Thank
for
you.
agreeing to join us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So much.
Thanks.
Cheers. Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais.
My name's Steve Merchant.
I'm Carl Pilkington. Right.
And you're listening to the World Technology Podcast.
Can we do that end bit? Just hang on. Here we go. On the count of three. Right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
And you're listening to the World Technology Podcast.
I mustn't look at him. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
And you're listening to the World Technology Podcast.
Brilliant.
Surely that's what they're looking for.
That
They must
is,
be looking.
yeah,
Right, here we go.
that is
Just
more
that-
than what I'm looking for.
Do it once more, hang on.
Okay.
2, 3.
And you're listening to the World Technology Podcast. Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais.
My name's Steve Merchant.
I'm Carl Pilkington and that.
And you're listening to the World Technology Podcast.
Oh. Somewhere,
You happy?
yeah, somewhere in there we got it.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
Hi, Ricky Gervais here, with me Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And Carl Pilkington.
Right.
Welcome to the final episode. No, it's final of 12, but we may be carrying on.
Go on.
Well, next week we're going to try and do another one to continue this for at least a little while. We may have to charge a small fee for it because it'll cost us money, and Carl is unemployed, but we mean a real tiny little fee. But hopefully we will be back next week. Now, we're not sure where it'll be. It'll probably be on iTunes, but just go to rickygervais.com and we'll guide you there. Hurrah!
Yay!
And thanks for listening for this long and supporting us. I hope you continue to support us. Go on, continue to support us.
Yeah, particularly Carl, who has no money whatsoever and is desperate. He's a desperate man. Is that
I hope
right,
there's no
Carl?
one out there going, oh, look, they're charging for it now. But, you know, people forget we gave 12 for free.
This is it. So quickly people forget.
We're big shots.
Yeah.
Well, Carl's not, but, you know, we are, aren't we?
Exactly. I mean, we were generous, but we're not that generous.
We're not mad, and Carl needs a little bit of money. Look at his little round little head. He's like little tiny Tim over there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look at him sitting there. Carl, you've had a good week?
It's been alright, yeah.
Brilliant.
Well,
More of that next week. You have to, but you'll have to pay for it now. I'm surprised you're not buzzing, because we just had our photograph taken to enter the Guinness Book of Records for the greatest downloaded podcast of all time. We went along to The Guardian and the press were there and they took a little picture of his round head, didn't they?
Yeah, but I don't know why should I be excited about it when it's just...
Have you always wanted to be in the Guinness World of Records?
Not really, no.
I've been looking at the they presented us with the this year's, and I've been looking through it, and there's some fascinating ones. I used to get
but
this as a kid.
that's what I'm saying though. There's loads of things in there that I used to go to. Like I looked at it online the other day to see if what's on there. You click on it, the home page that you get when you click on Guinness Book of Records. It's a fellow with the most ear hair, right? It looks amazing. So that, to me, is what the Guinness Book of Records is about.
So you're impressed with the bloke who just happens to have the most ear hair?
No, but it's commitment. He could have shaved it off, but he didn't. He left it.
Yeah,
No, it's less commitment.
But that just grew. We actually bothered to do a podcast.
All right, forget that then. The one with the rings on the neck where they stretch the neck so their head's tall. That's commitment. If that didn't work out, he's stuck with that head and he didn't even get in the book.
You're stuck with that head and you have got in the book, so be happy. What if it's a stitch up? What if you're under roundest head?
I'd be a bit annoyed.
Why?
Just because I don't... I mean, have you got a choice? Say like the fella with, the small man. Say if he's not happy about being small, he's trying to go about his life, he knows people are looking at him, pointing at him, going, look at him, he's tiny. But does he want to be in the book?
Oh, I think they've got to give their consent.
Have they?
Because if the smallest wasn't willing to be in there, they'd go, the second smallest man is so-and-so, he was willing to be in here.
Yeah, but the smallest one is Frank, and he didn't want to do it, so again, he's in it without wanting to be in it.
No, but I don't know.
He's got you there, Rick.
I don't know if they do. I don't know if they go around. I think that you'd have to be complicit in it for them to measure your head and say this is the roundest head on the planet Earth. Not, you know what I mean?
But then what do I do with that? That's what I'm saying. Is it something you put on a CV? I don't see the point in it.
Well, I think you are the fellow with the roundest head, and I think a lot of people know that. Because also, I've noticed when people ask for a picture of you, they don't say, can I have a signed picture of Carl? They say, can I have a signed picture of Carl's head? Which is a weird thing to say about a human being, isn't it? They go, look at his head. Look at his head, not look at his face. Or can I have a picture of him? They say, can I have a picture of... Have you got a picture of Carl's head? Why are they allowed to mention that?
And the thing is, like, we're on some sort of broadcasting medium where you don't even see my head, so it's not important.
Well, I can't see your head because the mic's perfectly round and it obliterates it out like an eclipse.
But what I mean is, it doesn't matter, does it? For doing what I do, it doesn't interfere in any shape or form.
But the thing is, Carl, what people are fascinated with, and I've said it before, you look like a fucking orange.
We'll be charging for more information like that from next week. We do, of course, Rick, every week get thousands of emails. I mean, it's crazy. It takes us ages to go through them and read them. And we are going through them, we are reading them. Freddie Gerstrom from Winchester says, of course, it was recently Valentine's Day. What's the most romantic thing that you've done for Suzanne, Carl, that you can think of?
I don't really do all that.
No.
Valentine's Day stuff.
It's just... The problem is, if you do it once, they expect it every year.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Christmas and stuff, isn't it? It's like that's what you do now every year.
Every day, yeah.
So I prefer to just sort of wait, you know what I mean? And if I think of an idea or I know of something that she wants, I might get her something, but I might not do it on Valentine's Day. It's that thing. It's like how I've said about Pancake Tuesday. Make it Pancake Wednesday. Have it when you want. Why am I waiting? Why am I waiting for someone to tell me when I can have a pancake? I'll have it today if I want one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas Pancake Tuesday, no, I won't bother. I'll have trifle. So it's the same with this, with Suzanne. Luckily, right? I mean, Valentine's Day and what have you. She was ill.
Luckily.
So we didn't have to go out. So I'd say, is he asking for advice?
Well, I suppose, yeah, certainly you may as well give it.
Treat them when they deserve it.
Alright. I remember once when Suzanne was ill, she had a fever, but there was no food in the house. What did you suggest to her? She was too ill.
Well, it was when we were still living in Manchester and that, and we needed to get some food in for tea and stuff. And I said, come to the supermarket. She was like, no, I'm ill, you go. And I hate buying food. I just sort of get a bit blank when I'm looking at it. There's too much, isn't there? That's the problem. You go down all these aisles and there's just too much. So anyway, I said, no, come with me. She was like, oh, but I've got this fever, I'm hot and everything. So I said, well, come to the supermarket, you go on the frozen aisle, cool yourself down. And she did, and she said, it made it worse, she was ill for another 3 days, but...
How would you go about chatting up a woman in a bar? What tips could you give?
I've never worked like that. It's always been like a friend of a friend and all that, and just happened to meet them, and then you have a chat, and then...
How did you meet Suzanne?
That was when I was working with her, and she gave me 20p for the hot chocolate machine. She never asked for it back. Thought she's alright. Been there sort of 11 years, so it works.
Has she ever given you that? Have you never given that 20p
Never
back?
asked for it back.
And did you return the favour?
No, I don't think I did. I think word got out that she liked me and that. And what did I do? I think I did some work for her. Did some editing for her, to sort of show off my skills and that.
Sure.
And she was like, "Oh, you're good at this, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah." And I think she got us another drink because I was doing that editing for her in my own time.
So you're up on the deal, aren't you? Because I know now, I know for a fact that you've not spent any money on her in 11 years. So you're 40p up.
At least. Lawrence from New York says, I was wondering how Mr. K. Dilkington would interpret this famous saying of philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein. The quote is, if a lion could talk, we could not understand him.
Even if he's English.
Yeah, if a lion could speak English, so there's no language barrier, he's speaking English words and using all the correct grammar and everything, but you wouldn't be able to understand what he was saying.
Why?
Because it is from a different world. His frames of reference would be so bizarre that you wouldn't be able to get a grasp on what he was talking about, because you'd have so little in common, even if he used real words.
No, but he's talking English.
Yeah, no, but his reference points would be just so far removed. They're removed slightly when if you saw two people talking about Kierkegaard, you'd
I
hear...
wouldn't understand it.
Exactly. So remove that 1 billion times to a different species with different input.
No, but it depends. If I'm talking to a lion in London Zoo,
Yeah.
he'll be saying, "Oh, I'm fed up with being stuck in there." Okay. It's like that. It depends what his background is. I mean, there's some people who might have lived down the road from me, but have a totally different life.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter that it's a lion, does it?
Well, yeah, because they're just trying to remove it even more. So now it's not just a bloke who lived a few doors away. Now it's not even a bloke. Now it's not even...
Yeah, but I'd pick something smaller, or something, a worm without a mouth. I'd go, definitely not.
What? Definitely not what?
I wouldn't be having a chat with it. I just think that a worm that's on the ground, what's it got to offer me? It's blind and it hasn't got a mouth. It's not going to be a good day out with it, is what I'm saying. It's not going to have that much to say to me, even if it's English. Right?
Even if it's
And how can you tell if a worm is English? Does it wear a very tiny bowler hat? Oh, Christ.
But do you understand?
What about a jellyfish?
No, you see, I think that's where you can say you wouldn't be able to have a good chat with them, because to me, the sea might as well be another world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In a way, I think the fish sort of have more rights than us.
What do you mean?
Just because when whoever made the world, right?
Yeah.
Say, we were just bigging up God, but if I was to have a go at him, I'd say you added too much water.
Criticism 1 to God, right?
So,
How would you have changed that?
just more land.
Fair enough. Now, why have fish got more rights than us? That was what I was interested in.
Because there's loads of them, and when you look at the amount of sea on the world, right? There's loads of that. You only have to like I was in Malaga the other week, right? And you look in the sea. There's loads of different fish, and that's just in like 8-foot water. If you go miles out, there's like all sorts of weird fish, isn't there, with like lights on them and everything. So. And they're just millions of different types.
Yeah.
Now,
but why does that mean they've got more rights than us?
Just because I think, rights come in numbers, don't they? If you know what I mean. Like, if there's one of you shouting, people go, "Oh, he's an idiot, shut up," whatever. If there's loads of you shouting, they go, "Oh, best listen to them, see what they've got to say." Right. And that's what I mean about fish.
Yeah.
There's loads of fish.
Right.
So...
But they're not really making their voices heard, though, are they, Carl?
Yeah. I know, because they're underwater. But what I mean is, I don't know what I mean.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
Oh, pleased to meet you. Start me up. I'm here to tell you all about Channel 4 Friday Night Comedy. So start me up. Now then, there's 3 great new comedies from New Green Wing. That's nearly ready. My Name is Earl and The It Crowd.